Happy winter solstice, everyone. Let's take a look at it astrologically. But before we do that, let's philosophize on this moment in time. It's the darkest day, the longest night, the shortest daylight, and light is turning at the same time. So it's very, very dark. It's very gloomy. It's almost hopeless. But at the same time, the fact that it is turning, the light is turning, the sun is from Earth's perspective making a U-turn. And just like when you are making a U-turn in the street, it slows down completely. It barely moves. Actually, the lightful minutes are not really lengthening at all, maybe with a couple of seconds. And then but it turns around and it will start its slow journey towards the celestial equator in the next 3 months until the vernal equinox, when we will have equal light and equal night. So light has won, so to speak, but at the same time, the paradox that this moment carries is the fact that the dead of winter is just starting. So yeah, we might have longer days, but it's not going to be any warmer. It's actually going to be bitterly cold. And so there's hope and hopelessness mingled together in this moment. The symbol of this is the birth of Jesus Christ. No wonder that it was conveniently placed on that particular date, because the arrival of Jesus Christ symbolizes exactly like that. His arrival and the promise of redemption is something that was badly needed 2,000 years ago. And I believe that the states, the things that are now around us also badly need this type of hope. So let's take a look at the winter solstice chart for London. I prepared a little word file for you, because for me, maybe it's easier to talk about the charts and the drawings I prepared than fumbling with the actual pictures and trying to find them, which I invariably do. So here is the Capricorn ingress, the moment of the winter solstice for London on December 21st. And it's sometime right after sunset. You can see the sun setting actually at that moment, because we have a Cancer rising, also a Cancer moon, which is in the 2nd house. And there are some interesting features already prominent in the London chart. Jupiter is on the midheaven, and this symbolizes a hopeful, bright future, or something that is going to grow and expand and filled with some sort of enthusiasm, let's put it this way. And of course, this Jupiter is ruling the 6th house, South Node, Mars, and Vesta. So it doesn't rule a house because it's intercepted. So this may symbolize the fact that it's actually not going to be such a bright thing. It might be completely hidden. We have 2 triple conjunctions. One is North Node, Ceres, and Sedna. Ceres, Sedna are still in Taurus retrograde, and the North Node is still in Gemini. North Node Sedna is about how to rearrange our future, how to take a look at the non-working segments of our destiny and rearrange it in a plausible and workable method. And then Ceres is the nurturing principle, also your home, your family, your homeland. So this suggests or indicates that we need to rearrange whatever is non-working in our home, or in our house, or in our household, or in our homeland, and make it into a workable something. Then there's another triple conjunction involving the retrograde Venus, Pluto, and Astrea. this is a unique triple conjunction. It was already present in the last full moon of this year, the Gemini full moon, but then Venus was still stationary and actually turned retrograde just a day ago. And what is unique in this placement is the fact that Venus is actually very, very slow, much slower than usual. It usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks for it to pass in a sign. And this time it will be 4 months. So Venus will be staying in Capricorn for 4 months, 4 full months, making conjunctions with Pluto all the way in during this time. So the Venus-Pluto conjunction, which according to Judy Hall is the emotional black hole, and also one of the success aspects, is going to be there. A retrograde Venus for the word in mundane techniques indicates that we need to really watch our income, our resources, and also our harmony. But Pluto there indicates that we can transform this. All these, whatever is again non-working, whatever needs reflection, whatever needs redoing, making, we can do that. And the fact that Astrea is also there, the karma breaker, the destiny changer, gives us hope that it's in our hands to do it. The triple conjunction is in the 8th house, and the 8th house is the house, among other stuff. Of course, it's also karmic debts and the occult and hidden stuff. That's also, but it's also banks, other people's money. So the banking system might be actually in for big changes in the next 3 months, we will see. And then there's a Mercury-Juno conjunction in the 7th, giving us hope that if you have relationship issues, you will be able to talk about them and you will be able to negotiate a better deal with your spouse or with your partner. These are the transcendental celestial objects of the winter solstice chart. The moon is conjunct Procyon, and Procyon is the alpha star of the little dog. It is usually linked to Sirius, the dog star, the scorcher, the brightest star in the night sky. And Procyon gives you almost as much potential as Sirius, but they are not long-lived. They're usually short-lived. They are not helping you too much. I color-coded here these celestial objects. The reds are old stars, and the purple, my favorite color again, are the asteroids. We don't have any centaurs this time that are prominent, or I would consider prominent. So here's what you have. The sun is conjunct or aligned with Sinistra. Sinistra is the left hand of Ophiuchus, the serpent holder. This is the hand that holds the tail of the serpent. The whole constellation, to me, indicates some sort of hidden knowledge regarding healing and medicines, because you only see the head and the tail of the snake. The rest of the snake's body is behind Ophiuchus's body. So it's like some sort of hidden knowledge. And also the tail and the left hand itself shows or indicates knowledge that is clandestine or not in mainstream things. This, of course, is so Sinister is always conjunct the winter solstice sun. Now, in this era, the sun moves about 1 degree every 7. I mean, the fixed stars move about 1 degree every 72 years. So, if we take a 1 degree orb, then this has been going and will be going on for 144 years. So it's really not such a big deal if you consider, but symbolically it is. And then Mercury-Juno are conjunct Nunki, and Nemesis and Nefertiti. Nemesis is the destroyer of those who commit hubris, revolt against the wish of gods. And Nefertiti, of course, is a wife archetype, so actually Juno is reinforced here. Nunki, the star Nunki, is one of the stars of Sagittarius, and it's actually the point in the centaur's body where the shaft of the arrow is kept. So something like where you keep your balance before actually shooting out. And then the Pluto-Venus Australia conjunction is on Vega, alpha star of Lyra. And it's one of the shamanic stars because in old shamanic lore, there were 3 birds around the pole star, flying towards the pole star: Cygnus, the eagle, and Vega was also considered to be one of these shaman stars. And then Merlin, who is the magician, of course, who can actually help us to transform the thing. Vega was also the pole star 12,000 years ago, right after the cataclysm. So it used to be a pole star half a big Platonic year ago, about 12,000 years ago, right after the cataclysm. So it's a relevant star. And then Mars, which is already separating from the south node, is conjunct Astarte, who is one of the alter egos of Ishtar. So it's both a war and a love goddess. The south node is conjunct Hypatia and Tach. Hypatia was the librarian and mathematician of the Alexandrian library that was burned, and she was actually killed sometime in 400 something. So it's again another strong feminine. And Tach is the Egyptian god who created mankind on its on a via, made of clay. So it's a creation god. What else there's there? Okay, Saturn. Saturn is conjunct Hatshepsut and Cybele. Cybele is another strong goddess, and Hatshepsut is the first and only documented feminine pharaoh. So again, a strong. So this chart is full of strong feminists. It's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully, this means that finally feminists are going to rise to the occasion and start voicing their concern about what do you call them? Those men who are actually entering feminine sports and claiming that they identify as females now. How do you call them? Trans women? Okay, I'm not going to use bad language because this is the solstice, so we should be nice and decent and whatever. But come on, yeah. Right, and then Neptune is conjunct Moira and Zero. Zero is, it means zero. It's usually the ability to live out of nothing or make a living or create something out of nothing. It's not exactly a creation energy. It's simply an existence energy that you can have a very low cost existence. Let's put it this way. And Moira is the fates. So it's the goddesses of creation that are the most ancient archetypes of creation. So that's Neptune. That's their Neptune. And then Chiron is on Harmonia, or Harmonia is rather on Chiron. This could mean 2 things. First of all, that you can heal karmic wounds through Harmonia, through harmony, but it also means that it is linked to the fact that your karmic wounds making you lose your harmony, because Chiron describes the nature of your karmic wounds and also the potential how to heal them. So it could go both ways. So these are the relevant celestial objects. Now let's see some of the configurations. I think I actually selected 2. First is a finger of fate, which is not exactly a boomerang, because the Venus moon opposition, which is there as an opposition, but it's slightly out of orb here. It doesn't, it's not going to connect the two semisextiles, so that's why it's not a boomerang. But you do have the Sun Jupiter sextile, so it's still there, so you do have a finger of fate, Sun, Moon, and Jupiter. And this Moon Sun quincunx is interesting because you will see the same in the vernal equinox chart. It's going to be much tighter there. It's actually almost exact because there's going to be an anaretic moon and a 0 degree sun. Here you have a 0 degree sun and a 28, 27, 28 degree moon. So it's still there. It's still quite strong. Here, what you have here to me is in mundane astrology, of course, the sun is the ruler class, the ruling class, the government or the prime minister or the king, and the moon is the crowd, and Jupiter on the midheaven is linked to this dispute, or it's not really a fight, it's not an opposition. The fight is between Venus and the moon, so it's actually your harmony and your money, your resources, your well-being, and what is expected from you as, you know, and also in your psyche. Venus moon opposition is always about the two feminine roles. Venus is the lover and the moon is the mother. So there's that. And then you have a quindecile arrow nested within the finger of fate, involving Saturn and Mercury and the moon again. And moon Saturn is depression, and Mercury moon is how you understand your own soul, how you can verbalize Mercury, your own spiritual essence, moon. And the quindecile is obsession, but also ambition. So that is an interesting structure in the winter solstice chart. And there's another drawing. There's a complex planetary picture around 27, 29 degrees involving Jupiter, Ceres, Sedna, Moon, and the Astrea, Pluto, Venus conjunction. So there is actually a fixed T-square involving MCIC. This is only in the London chart, so you won't have the other corner of the the fixed T-square. But in London, you do have this, and the apex of this configuration is the Sedna Ceres conjunction. And again, Ceres is about your family, your home, your nation, your homeland, your nurturing, and Sedna is creation through dissection, which simply means that you need to dissect whatever is not working in your life or in your family or in your homeland, and rearrange it to a in order that you get a workable, feasible variety of things. Jupiter enlarges everything it touches, and the IC is your roots. And this particular fixed T-square suggests that you should go back to your roots and you should understand what's in there and what's hidden there. And you need to unearth that in order to have a better and brighter and nicer and more optimistic future. Jupiter midheaven. And there's also a fixed Earth engine involving the Ceres Sedna on the one hand, the Pluto, Astrea, Venus on the other hand, and the IC. Again, this you only have in the London chart. So that's it. I wish you happy winter solstice, happy Christmas if you are Christian. If not, happy any type of celebration that you wish to celebrate. We will celebrate light. Our ancestors in Hungary, the Scythians and the Huns, considered light very important. This was right after the cataclysm, that when we tried to carve a new living out of the total destruction that we encountered. And we said that light is linked to love, happiness, and grace. And I wish you this mixture of goodness for the next 3 months. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.